Hello, how's it going everyone? My name is Devagaro and I am your host. I know what everyone is thinking about. You haven't seen me for a while, and that is true. I've taken a little bit of a vacation, so thank you very much for bearing with me. 2021 is going to be a great year, hopefully, fingers crossed. And what a better way to kick it off with some fire. Today we're going to be declassifying a very special sneaker, and this one is very true to my heart because I really liked their first iteration a couple of years ago, and this next batch of trainers or sneakers, whatever you call them, is just absolutely dope. Many of you guys already recognize the paper, recognize the box, orange, black and white paper. What could it be? Let's see what we have here. And boom! We have the Nike Sacai Vaporwaffle in the red villain string colorway. But before we dive into the review, I want to ask all of you guys to please subscribe, hit that notification bell, and like this video. It really helps a lot to have more subscriptions and likes, as well as you guys, comment, pitch in, guys. Thank you very much. Our new target and goal is 300 subscribers by the end of March. So please tell your friends, tell your family, and just any other sneakerheads that you guys know. Thank you very much. Good. Now is the time to do a little bit of sneaker geeking. And that means let's look at what this shoe represents and what it is. How it got to this state that we have right here. As we all know, Chitose Abe thrives in mashing up different silhouettes of Nike. And that is one of the reasons why she takes it to the next level. Well, that's why it's more of a designer shoe. And for this one particularly, it combines two: the Nike Vaporfly, which is associated with marathon record-breaking times, and it's a bit of a controversy, but that's a conversation for another day. And the second silhouette that this one is combined with is the 1983 original Nike Pegasus. And you can see both shoes, mostly the Vaporfly having to do with the upper of how it looks, and then the Pegasus is more related to the midsoles, mostly the second midsole, the middle midsole, and the bottom midsole. First of all, guys, this is a very cool sneaker. Some of you noticed that, yes, I got it from StockX. I decided that early on I needed to get these and pull the trigger because they're absolutely going to be shooting up, but we'll get into that later in the video. All right, so carrying on, this is a very cool sneaker. I have just loved what Sacai has been doing with Nike and giving us an opportunity to have high fashion, high style trainers for your common Joe. And these are just beautiful. There are a few other, I think it's in total, it's 4 different colorways that came out. Green and yellow, white, blue, and red. This one, as well as the black and white. Personally, I like this one the most, and that's one of the reasons why I decided to go ahead and pay resale. And we'll get into that later. But this one is just, in my opinion, just so wearable with so many different outfits. And this is the type of shoe that just pops. So let's look at it. First of all, wrapping around the toes, the toe box area, you can see that it has a burgundy suede, very soft to the touch. And then above it, it has across the interior side of the foot, as well as the outer side of the foot, you have this mesh, which is a type of a sand brownish type of hue. And then when we get to the top of the sneaker, we can see that we have the eye stays in those 2 sections on either side. We have a green, which is a little bit like a forest green, something around that. Then when we look at the laces, we have 2 different types of laces. We have black and we have green. So that's another thing, right? Some of you who may be familiar with Sacai know that Chitose Abe, the lead designer of Sacai, her whole thing, her whole philosophy is about doubling up pretty much everything. So we saw that with the LDV waffles earlier on, a couple of years ago, and we see it again once again with the vapor waffles. So we have two different swooshes, one on top of the other one. We have a leather swoosh, and then we have a painted in a baby blue hue as well. Then on the back we have leather in the back. We have this on the heel. We have a little bit like a cap on the heel, which is absolutely nice. It looks so premium. When you have it in hand, guys, it just looks like 10 times better than what you can see on pictures. Then, as you can see in the back, you have this very peculiar tail. It looks like, you know, just like a little curl up. And then you have a couple of other midsoles as well. So you have, in essence, 3 midsoles, 1, 2, and 3. This middle insole is just very soft, super cool. And also it matches with the upper of the mesh. So you're gonna have 2 different tongues, one layered on top of the other one, or stacked on top of the other. You can totally see where you're really getting that premium, that next level type of designer high end. The inner lining, sock lining is white. This is what your insole should look like, guys. Just in case you want to check or cross-reference with, you know, fakes or anything like that. So you will have a black insole. It's very you know, narrow when it gets to your midfoot, and then it just widens in your forefoot. So this is very narrow, as I was saying. And then towards the back, it's yellow with some sprinkles of, you know, green and red, etc. So you're gonna have this aqua or turquoise branding of Nike and Sacai. Then also pretty interesting as well, I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but here on the inside of the sneaker, it also shows a 13. Not sure if you guys can see it right there. Just gonna try to pan it right there. Maybe I'm gonna move these over here. There we go. So you can see there's a 13 just written down. When it gets to sizing, I highly suggest sticking true to size. Nike usually does a very good job staying faithful to true to size. So flipping the shoes upside down, I'm gonna give you a quick glimpse at the outsole. It has a similar LDV waffle outsole traction pattern, and then it just evolves a little bit towards the end with some Nike branding right in the middle. When we talk about pricing in the EU, this was $179.99 according to the sneakers app, and also it was $180 in the US. Right now, these sneakers are going in the resale market, at least in my size, which is 13, for around $305 to $120 plus shipping and fees. So it's not a bad deal. I definitely think that these are going to be going up in price as the supply dwindles down and as people just start getting a little bit more into, you know, spring or summer vibes, because as you can see, the shoe is extremely breathable. It has a lot of mesh, so it's definitely not a shoe for the winter, let's say, unless you have some very powerful socks. Now I'm gonna give you a chance to check them out, how they look on feet. Now we can officially declassify the Nike Sacai Vaporwaffle Red Villain string colorway. And we've gotten to the end of the video. That's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for making it to this point in time in the video, basically the end. I really appreciate it. And remember, always fresh, never stress, and most importantly, hit that notification bell, subscribe, and like the video. See you next time, guys. Cheers.